I owe you all an apology that I've been too sick to give. I promised at the rollout that the subscriptions and the first course via Lingo was going to be ready on January 12th, 2026. The course was nearly done. I had one more module to record, a few edits to fix, and then I was going to hit release. And then I got really, really sick. Um, I tested, it wasn't COVID. I went to urgent care. Apparently, it is just a really bad cold, but when I tell you bad, I mean, it grabbed me by the throat. I had to cancel 5 sessions. I haven't felt this terrible in a long time. I couldn't speak. I was really, really fatigued. And I reserved what little energy I had for caring for my kids. Luckily, they're older, so they were able to, handle a lot of things on their own. But I was doing that while simultaneously not trying to get them sick. So I could not do two of the things that I planned and that I announced, and that was to have the Intro to Improv session with CeAnn Yates on January 13th, and then also to have to prepare for and release the subscriptions. Also, one more thing that we'll talk about in a minute, but I apologize for the lack of communication and how that may have impacted your plans. Emailing you to tell you all of that is now sounds like the sensible thing to do, but I cannot tell you how much of a failure I felt like delaying yet again. And yet that's what happened. And so once it was evident that I could no longer look or sound even remotely like I did in the video, which is necessary when you go back and do edits so that it can be a seamless video. It doesn't look like, oh, this is where she added this other thing. I just sat down and rested until I felt like I could come on here and explain things to you. I feel better. I feel a lot better. I'm able to talk, whereas I couldn't before. I still feel like I look terrible. So the edits that still need to be done can't happen until later this week when I'll probably be feeling better. But before I do that, I'll be taking care of myself as I should. I'm going to go see the doctor, which I don't normally do. I'll be getting it all clear from the doctor before I resume my normal activities. And my normal activities now include a really active exercise schedule because I'm actively trying to lose 100 pounds. So in the meantime, there are a few things that I still hope can happen. I think that my exercise schedule also contributed to why my immune system wasn't as robust as it usually is. But in the meantime, there are a few things I still want to happen because these are events that will be led by others, right? So I can just rely on the expertise of my of the folks that I'm bringing in while I am in the room, but still recovering from what just took me down. Intro to Improv. Um, with CeAnn Yates was supposed to happen on January 13th for members only, and then January 24th for members only and guests. But because the 13th couldn't happen, the 24th is going to still happen. That's this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that will be members only. I need 10 participants. It's so much fun. We had a blast the last time that she came. This time there will be new games. There'll be, new, just new stuff, and an opportunity for you to really explore what improv is and how it can benefit you. One of the things that I've noticed over the course of leading this group for the last 2 years is that it is very, very common for Black women to have a hard time accessing the fullness of their emotions for a variety of reasons. Many of us have had to stifle how we feel um, personally, professionally. We have to stifle what we really want to say, how we really want to react to things in order to survive, whether that's in a professional setting or a personal setting or some place in between. But in voice acting, you're going to need access to all of those emotions. You're going to need to be able to give yourself full permission to feel all that you feel unapologetically, and express that through the voice of the characters that you're playing. So without repackaging it as something presentable to the world, without code switching, without all of the other things, emotion stifling. So I want you to be able to be loud and silly and imaginative and curious and childlike and excited and angry and frustrated without feeling like, oh no, I'm doing too much. And whatever that is, improv can help you do that. Now, the permission to do that is something you're going to have to grant yourself. But I really think that, and it proved it the last time, that it's a much more fun and safe space when you're doing it with other BWE members. So the class is $35. It is this Saturday from 11 a.m. To 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I did that for the Saturday class for those of you who work during the week, for those of you for whom during the week it just doesn't work, for those of you who are abroad. You feel free to join us. If by chance you're like, I still don't know about putting myself out there, and you want to just audit the class, you want to be there, be in the room live, but you don't want to participate, not yet. I'm going to push you to in a little bit. I understand, and just reach out, and I'll get you audit access. We'll work that out. If you know you can't make it, but you still want the replay, let me know that as well. Trying to think what other things I wanted to say. The audit access is just because I would rather you have these skills and be in the room to see what's happening than to have access to none of them. The last thing that I want to talk about is What the Tech Adobe Audition edition. And so this is the same wonderful What the Tech class that we've had with Carl Kondrat, where he walks through all of the mechanics of how to handle the technical side of VO, all the things you're going to need when you're auditioning on your own, or maybe even auditioning in a live session. So it's a wonderful 4-week class. It is live access. You have homework, you have office hours, you have all sorts of things that will help you understand what is happening here, and it will make the technical side of VO seem a lot less intimidating. More classes are coming from me as I recover, as I feel better. We have the What the Tech series, Easy Tech series coming. We have a special Black History Month program series coming, and I'm trying to get sponsors for so that it can be a paid project for you, and it will turn into some other things. I've got programming planned out until May, so stay tuned, be watchful, but most important, sign up for Saturday. If you could, Intro to Improv with CeAnn Yates. And then if you're ready for the What the Tech Audition class, sign up for that as well. The links will be here. But for right now, take a look at a snippet of VO Lingo. I think I've been working so hard on. It took me down. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to present it to you. It's a wonderful class and a wonderful way to get an understanding of all of the terminology, most of the terminology that you'll need to know to have success in this industry of ours. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for your patience. Look forward to seeing you soon. All right. And welcome back to VO Lingo, the voiceover terms you must know. I am the creator of this course and the founder of Work With Your Voice Black Woman Edition, Cassandra Freeman. This time, in this module, we are going to talk about the voiceover niches. The niches of voiceover. You may be thinking of voiceover as just kind of one thing, just commercials or just audiobooks, but there really are a lot of different niches that you can focus on, that you can work in, that you might one day specialize in. So let's learn about them now, shall we? All right, the niches of VO. The first one that I want to talk about are commercials. So what are commercials? Commercials are ads, really. They are
ways that companies try to reach consumers to buy their products. And it is estimated that most people encounter 4 to 10,000 ads per day. Per day. 4 to 10,000 ads per day. Now that is, of course, divided between lots of different mediums, right? That's your TV, that's your movies, that's your radio, that's streaming, that's on your phone, that's actually on bus stops, on buses that pass you by, on trains, on planes, on automobiles, on all of the things. We can find commercials, and even when you're pumping your gas, you might hear a voiceover on the at the gas pump. For the persistent trend in commercials right now is that you sound conversational. So when you think about voicing a commercial for your favorite brand or your favorite store or your favorite travel company or whatever it is, really clients want you to sound like real people. And it can be a challenge. That can sound like it's nothing big. I just talk. But you really have to merge the skill of selling the product with sounding like you're talking to an actual person while you say these things that wouldn't naturally come out of your mouth. And more increasingly, brands are relying on influencers, which are like real people, right? So I think it's wise for voice actors um, to continue to perfect their conversational skills. So really, really want you to sound like you're warm, like you are approachable, like you are just having a good old conversation with one of your good friends. So commercials, and it's a very, very lucrative field, and probably one of the first that you'll get an opportunity in voiceover in. So the next one that I want to talk about are audiobooks. In the world of the busy commuter and in the digital age, audiobooks have really, really become the norm. And some say that by 2030, audiobooks sales will be around 20 or 30 billion dollars. $30 billion by 2030, and that is just a lot of audiobooks. So there's lots of opportunities in that field. Even with the advent of AI, there's still a growing demand for human voices, and authors really want their stories to be told by human narrators. Now, the thing about audiobooks is that you have to voice all of the characters usually. Sometimes they'll have multicasts, but you have to voice all of the characters, so that really does require a pretty significant acting range, pretty significant vocal range, access to a lot of emotions, and because you're going to have to play all of the characters in the book along with narrating the book. So it's really, really wise to invest in an acting course. And luckily, we have one. It is an 8-week course called Intro to Acting with a concentration in VO. It's a live course that I teach, and it goes on for 8 weeks, and we focus on a different acting technique each week to kind of introduce you to the world of acting, even if you've never had any acting experience before. But you will really need range and depth and some serious acting chops to do audiobooks and to do them well in a way that you can be competitive and make this something that can be a viable source of income for you.